Hey, what's up everybody? Andrew Steele here. Today I'm with my good friend Yvonne. She's going to tell us about her Tiffin Phaeton and the experiences she's had as a single woman RVing. Hope you enjoy. There are a lot more women that are getting into RVing by themselves. What made you get into RVing as a single woman?
Well, the main thing was my son was in the service and I hadn't seen him for 3 years, and I wanted to go visit him, but I didn't want to stay there, so I bought an older RV, a 2001 first, and drove it to South Carolina to see how, I was going to do this RV thing, and I absolutely loved it. I really liked driving it. I liked driving across the country, and I liked living in it over there, and then I decided I need a new, bigger, nicer one.
So how long did you have the Winnebago for?
I bought the Winnebago in the beginning of 2015, but I didn't retire until October of 15.
So you bought the coach while you were still working?
Yes.
And then how long did you have that before you bought the Tiffin?
2 years.
What made you buy the Tiffin? What made you jump from the Winnebago to the Tiffin?
Well, I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of them. I knew that I was going to spend a lot of money, and I wanted to make sure that I knew what I wanted. So I did a lot of research, and I started falling in love with the Newmars and the Tiffins. I knew it was going to be one or the other. And at first I was more with the Newmar because they're Amish and But the more I started looking at these guys, everything is automatic. From having the old one, nothing was automatic.
The Winnebago. What year was your Winnebago?
It was a nice one. It was 2001.
Okay.
But you know what? It was top of the line in its day. It had the washer and dryer. It had everything, but nothing. This fantastic fan, I'd have to get my little thing out because every time I cooked, so I'd have to get my stool, jump up there, and wind it up, and this is here. It was all everything's automatic. I just push a button. Everything, even those, push a button.
And you were telling me about kind of an embarrassing story driving the Winnebago and a little mishap that you had. Can you share that story again?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I went from California to Tennessee with absolutely a perfect record, and so my confidence was pretty high, and I'm thinking I got this down pat, which I did. But this particular Love's I was in was under construction, and they had a drive-through, which made it, really, really tight. And normally when I'm getting off on the exit, I'm already looking up at the gas station to where my exits are, because I don't want to get stuck anywhere. So I went ahead and went in, and I was planning on making the left so that my tail end would go this way, and the road was blocked. The gas station part was blocked there, so I had no choice but to go this way, and there was that Carl's Jr. drive-through right there, so I went as far as I could forward, but I still had to crank it all the way this way. And of course I was worried about the curb and the sign of the Carl's Jr. or whatever it was, and bang, my tail end hit the gas pump and the steel cement
poster.
Yeah.
And how much damage did that do to your coach?
Well, at the time, I thought it was disastrous. I was crying, and the police came, and it knocked off the whole back bumper, and it scraped along my generator door, which at the time, here I am alone in Tennessee that I've never been in, with this problem. And I thought it was gigantuous. The guy at the gas station was really, really awesome. He said, all you did to the damage to the gas station was you ruined the handle. He goes, we change those monthly. He said, don't worry about it. We'll just put another one on there. We're not going to, no insurance, no nothing. So that was good for me. And, but I was still, upset. The policeman was really nice. He's like, lady, just call your insurance. You'll be fine. Because I was bawling. I called my son, and he's like, okay, Mama. Anyway, it was disastrous for me. But the guys at the gas station, they picked up my big old bumper, and they weaseled it in the car, inside the coach, and it laid right in the floor there. And they took my insurance, and off we went. And it was really not a big deal. I mean, it was just a big deal for me being alone.
You just paid your insurance deductible.
Yeah, and they came out and and
Yeah.
I put it in and it was fixed. It was really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But now I know that. What I also learned at that time was that, what's it called, whale tail or tail swing, or
Tail swing, yeah.
from your tire to the end of your coach is, whoa, it's what to watch.
Absolutely. I had the same thing I was sharing with you. Went through a similar experience myself. So
yeah, because anytime now, even no matter how tight it is, I'm always looking.
Yeah.
To see. And I have side cameras in this one now, which the first one I didn't have, which it didn't make no difference then, but it did when I was trying to change lanes. You know, in the Winnebago, I couldn't see. Well, I could see when I turned and looked. I looked at the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a big deal.
Definitely.
It's a big deal.
And in this coach, you've got.
I got side mirrors. I got an air horn. I got. You know, it's way better.
So, do you have any advice for other single women that may be considering RVing by themselves on getting started in RVing?
Well, I would say not to let anything inhibit you. I would say not to be afraid. It's the whole country's out there. I mean, I have never even been to any of these states that I have gone from California to Virginia 5 times. 5 times I've been there.
By yourself?
Well, one time my brother went with me and he helped me drive, but yeah, towing my car by myself.
So,
and it
what
is
this?
Awesome.
It's a 40-foot coach?
This one is 40 foot. The other one was 36.
Okay.
But what else I found out was the first time, you know, I got a map. I found out where all the loves were along the way, all the rest stops, and you know, which was way too much homework because I thought I would be comfortable in rest stops, and I found I wasn't. I'm way more comfortable at loves.
Really?
Or Flying J's, but I prefer loves.
So, what do you like about the truck stops more than the rest stops?
Well, it's a camaraderie there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all the same, I feel. That's how I find, and I always accommodate them because I know I'm in their world.
Absolutely.
And I know how I would feel if it was me being a truck driver and them in the, you know, seeing I'm taking up their space or whatever. So I do everything that I can to make it accommodate them.
Yeah.
You know, I hurry up and get moved out, just like the rules are, and I respect their wishes first.
Okay, very cool.
And I sometimes, I have to have a pull through. I have to because I can't back up with the car. So I have to either get there early so I can get one of those, or try to look on my phone on the Loves app who has a lot of space. If you got, you know, 80, 90, 100 spots, then they probably have pull-throughs to try to get to the next one to get through there. Otherwise, you know, I have to search, and sometimes I have to stay at a rest stop, which I don't really care to, but I will if I have to pull through. But I have found some pretty easy places outside the pull-through spots. You know, sometimes outside of the road, or you know, you'll find it.
Yeah. So, going back to your coach, what are the things that you like the most about this coach?
I like the refrigerator.
Residential?
Yes, I do like that refrigerator. It comes with a freezer, because the other ones there's, you know, you just don't realize how small and little, you know, they are. So I definitely like that refrigerator. I definitely like the pull-out extra
kind of island or countertop.
Yeah, because the other one you really had absolutely none, and this helps immensely.
Yeah.
And I like the central vac. It comes with a long hose, and it's, you know, I do like that. I like the automatic buttons. You push, even the headlights for them to change lanes. You just push a button, let them know, blink, blink. You can get over now. Everything is, and I have exhaust brake. I mean, and I sit in that. You know, it's not. The other one was gas. It was a little older, and it, you know. This one here is just like, oh, you're in heaven. You know, you have all these buttons at your leisure, and all these buttons in your fan, and the other coach had curtains like this, and I, being 4'11", was going to California, heading west, in the sun. So I had to stand completely up in the chair while I'm driving to lower the sun visor, and the sun visor lowered, and it helped me absolutely zero.
Oh no!
So the sun was still in my eyes. I'm like, wow, you know, and I had to stop because the sun was in my eyes. Over here, zzz,
Right to the same.
Yes.
I have the same thing in my coach, and I definitely really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And I have GPS here, and I have the nice under the tray that rolls out underneath in the compartments. I mean, everything's, the awning rolls up by itself when the wind is too high. I mean, I've come back from my other coach on a windy day, and it was all
Mangled.
Discombobulated, yes. So this one here is automatic, and
Is there anything that you don't like about your coach?
nope, not that I can.
Have you had any problems with it at all?
I haven't had problems with it. I had problems understanding the inverter. I tried to look at the magazine, the warranty, the book or whatever.
Owner's manual?
Yes, and I would say 85% of it was, I didn't know the first thing that they were talking about. The second thing to relate to that first thing. I made a lot of phone calls, and I called Tiffin, and I took some notes, and I think I got it now. Well, that was in the gas. But okay, I went from an empty motorhome all the way from California to South Carolina. It was almost $1,000 in gas. And then I flew home, got my car, brought my car back, bought the dolly, and then hooked up the dolly to the motorhome and drove back, and it was like $300 less. Towing my car because I didn't go over like 60.
Okay.
You know, so I drove so slow, and it was a big difference in the gas.
Saved you a ton of dough.
That was in the gas. Now, when my brother and I went, we were taking the mileage, and when he drove, we would get like 6 miles to the gallon. When I drove, he got like 6 to 7, and I got like 8 or 9 because I drove slower.
Yeah.
Than he did, you know. But it's still a lot.
So, and then I know I already asked you once, but I'm going to ask you again just because you've got so much wisdom. Any advice for any single women thinking about RVing?
Well, my advice would be, don't let nothing inhibit you. Don't let nothing stop you, because there's no need. I mean, you can do it. All these girls say, "Oh, you're so brave." No, I'm not. Anybody can do it. You just have to have the ambition, I guess.
If you could go back and do anything differently in your several years of RVing, is there anything that you would do differently?
I would use the spare tire. Oh, that's for sure. Done differently. I don't think so. I'm pretty pleased with my success.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel very lucky. I found this place in Paradise, which I love. I mean, and RVing is a whole nother world.
Yeah.
I mean, I never even camped as a kid. Never. Well, maybe 1 or 2 times, but these people, it's a whole nother world. And everybody's so nice, and the RV parks are easy to find, and you know, and I feel like I want to do this for as long as I'm physically able. I can live out my days in this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I really like it. It's really nice. And I'm really happy that you got one too.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. One of these days we'll have to meet up at an RV resort and have our Phaetons side by side.
How about that one in Las Vegas?
I like how you're talking.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you want to see more RV related content, please like, subscribe, and share. Safe travels.